Hi, it's Brody again. Welcome back to another Psych Corner. This month I wanted to take a bit of a step back from some of that more clinical approach that I've taken to some of the discussions and just speak a little bit more anecdotally, especially with some things I've noticed like during the pandemic, just in case you find this pattern describes you or someone you care about, then just to give you some sort of insight into how other people might be experiencing the same thing. So what I've noticed, and this is something I noticed even before the pandemic is just coming out much more strongly now, I think, would be the sort of relationship that people have to taking action regarding their health. So, as a trainer, I noticed at first, I talked to someone, they'd say, oh, hey, I see you're into training. I've seen your website, maybe this is an acquaintance. They're just happy to meet me. And they're like, oh, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to come in, and take a look at some things, maybe train with you for a few months and then try to get back in shape. And, my doctor's been talking to me about it. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, let's do it. And then could be, often months or even sometimes years before I'd work with this person. And I really don't want to give the impression I'm talking about this from like a critical perspective. Certainly if those clients happen to watch this video, I'm sure they know I'm happy to have worked with them. I'm grateful for their choice to have, chosen me or considered me at all. But there's also this question hanging in the air that when it comes to training things, like these are things that people's doctors, right, like have talked to them about. Like how many years, might someone's doctor say, visit after visit, like, you should be, it'd be really great if you lost 30 pounds, we're seeing some patterns in your heart, and there's certain statistics about you staying at this weight for this long, if your background about like what's in your veins and like that sort, like those are really big things to be delaying, right? And of course, when we're in the doctor's office, we're probably feeling really bad, we're gonna do something about it, but then something kicks in and makes it take a lot longer for us to take action for our health. Similarly, once I became a therapist, I would talk to people who would, even individuals especially, and couples as well, but people who would kind of delay seeking help for their mental health issue for years, sometimes decades, honestly, if it was sort of that, like a previous generation who are just talking about something you're struggling with emotionally wasn't that normal, right? They could delay it for a long time. And this pattern that I've seen and I continue to see now of people prolonging their suffering and in a way that could actually really make it much more complicated to address. So, another basic example, like even, take a step back from, the mental health and the, intense suffering and complex health issues. It's not uncommon you hear people say, oh, before I go to the dentist, I just want to make sure I've been flossing for, 6 months straight. Or, before I meet a personal trainer, I want to make sure I lose some weight first. It's like they're trying to manage people's impression of them too through the way that they show up when they are seeking help. And I guess I just wanted to take an opportunity to say that, I've sought help in the past as well when I've started new things. Before I was a trainer, I worked with a trainer, and it gave me a lot of confidence in the gym, made me feel safe. It didn't make me, look the way I wanted or feel all better about myself all at once, but it made me feel comfortable in the process that could lead to, the journey that got me there. Similarly, I've definitely dealt with mental health problems, and I certainly hit a big slump and a low when the pandemic kicked in. And I wasn't, at all embarrassed to talk to someone and let them know that, yeah, I'm a therapist and I'm struggling with staying motivated as, a business owner whose business, it was shut down and shuttered for a few months there, right? So if this is landing with you at all, if this sounds like you at all, if it sounds like someone you really care about, whatever it is that's coming to your mind, whether it's your relationship, if you and your partner are having problems that are just being highlighted by the pandemic, I really want to encourage you, don't wait longer to, consult someone who might, like a couple therapist or similar, who might be able to support you in that and reduce your suffering and help that you get into a process that's going to improve that relationship. And if you've got some sort of physical health ailment that is on your mind that your doctor has told you to be proactive about, I understand that you want to enter into a new habit with this certainty that it's going to get you where you're going to go. But that's okay from those places to reach out for some form of support, whether it's just seeing a trainer a couple times a month to start, just to get someone there to coach you and redirect you and just help get you out of your own way and help you not be so hard on yourself, right? that's my encouragement today. If you're teetering on the edge, if you've thought of it over and over, if you had a conversation like that with a trainer, with a therapist, or with a family member months ago saying, oh yeah, I should be doing something, but it's the pandemic, I'm going to wait till it rounds out, I'm going to wait till the situation's different or improved. You know, there's no time like the present, and you can get a lot more done by starting sooner and not, you know, complicating the process and whatever you might have to overcome down the road. Okay, so that's my encouragement for today. And I know there's a time that I needed to hear it, and hopefully it finds you well today. Take care of each other. Stay well.